and this is actually the Artemis 1 on the launch pad. I think that the missions that we're having now, first of all, there's so many of them. We're bringing lots of different people to space from different countries, and I really love that. And there's this new sort of big step, I'd say a pivot, that came with the Artemis missions. And I don't know if you know that Artemis is the name of Apollo's sister. Artemis is the sister of Apollo, and so it's the sister missions where we hope that we'll be flying lots of different people to the moon, including certainly women and people of color. um, and so this picture I love because pictures like this don't just happen. I mean, there's different skills. Like to me, this really speaks like, oh my goodness. I mean, this is, an amazing picture of this rocket about to launch to the moon. And it's a gifted photographer that knew where and when to be when this rocket would be on the pad. And so realizing that there's lots of different arts that are involved, but this is the Artemis crew, and I'll just quickly show you a couple slides from the mission. When they actually went, when these four people actually went to space, and they went not to land on the moon, but to go around the moon, they did something different, and I'm not quite sure exactly how they did it, but they brought everyone with them on this mission, as opposed to us watching people on a space mission and thinking, "Oh, isn't that interesting? Wow, look what they're doing." These people brought us, and I don't know if they picked a crew of storytellers, but they're in the orange suits there. You see the crew, and in the back, people that were in charge of every system on the Artemis rocket. The woman with the red hair is the launch director, Charlie Thompson Blackwell, or Blackwell Thompson, and that's Victor Glover on the right there. And they're having serious conversations about, what does launching mean? What does go for launch really mean? And she, with her personality, she really changed the spirit of what that launch control room looked like. I love that in this picture, you see the archway behind this crew walking out to go to launch. This is actually a dress rehearsal for launch, but they still walk out just like they would. And that archway in back of them, every Gemini, Mercury, Apollo, and space shuttle astronaut has walked out of that same doorway. And so it's really quite a family and a community. This is a launch that would the Artemis launch filmed by an employee from the parking lot where they got to launch. I think it's a really neat point of view to see. And then these are just pictures. I mean, it's an unbelievable. This is no space shuttle, and it is just an unbelievably powerful rocket. And these photographs, and I was at the launch. I did commentary for CNN, but this is really, I think, the most important picture to show you. And it's watching these people's faces. They are watching the launch, and they are completely enthralled. And there is something about launch and space that is awe-inspiring. And I will say that my best friends, Mary Brandt and Stacy Berg, we talk often about the awe in our respective work, they being doctors and me being an astronaut. And I think that it's important to use that awe to help people understand why what we do is so important, why it's so important to have the data that you need to make good decisions about people's health, about the health of your own family. And so crystallizing what is in this photograph, people want to be a part of it. They want this for their kids, their grandkids, and we have to find a way to make them feel that way about the awe that we get from doing research on new procedures, in medicine. I don't know, this all can be found in your work as well, and having people understand and use that to help them understand why this work is really for them. It's for the whole planet. And so I love these pictures out the window of people, and having more faces that are looking out that window, and pictures that we'll never really see. But I think it's that this crew, is very generous of them to share what they knew and how they felt, and what they were like as a crew. And I love seeing this last photo here. This is spontaneous. And I think that, you share so much of yourself by just going to work and doing everything you can to do your job. But when you go that extra bit to really share how you feel about it, I think it can make a difference. That's my opinion. Certainly in my world, I think it helps people understand our world. And I think it's helpful in your world as well. But I know that there's lines you have to respect and are really good to never cross in terms of your roles as physicians and your roles, the roles of patients and staff and all those things. I know it's different, but I was just going to share from my world. I think this is something that we can give and that can help make change along the way.
That's totally amazing. I think you can still be respectful, but have a passion, obviously, for what you do and share that passion, and in turn have everyone embrace that passion. I think is so fantastic, and I'm sure there are many ways we can do it in our own world, but you've clearly uh, framed that up very nicely for us, and so I can't thank you enough for sharing that particularly, and also for being with us today, and we so much look forward to your meeting you in person in November. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you. And I'm so excited to come. And I know I talk long. If you give me a time limit when I'm out going on the stage, I promise I will meet that time limit. And but and the my talk will be, I show mostly pictures. I mean, I don't know that there's any words on my slides. I doubt there will be words on my slides in November either. I just like to share our world, and if you send me any feedback, you can look up my website about what you want to hear. I will discuss that with the bosses of the meeting, and we'll see if what we can include.
Thank you for tuning in, and I hope this conversation has given you a preview of what's ahead at SMA's annual Scientific Assembly in Houston this year in November. We've built an engaging program designed to inform you, inspire you, and connect you with colleagues. Visit sma.org or scan the QR code to explore the full agenda and register. We would be delighted to have you join us.